classes in Bloomsburg and ended up talking to some policemen there, and that's pretty much when I decided this is the route I wanted to go.
So just like Chief said, after high school, I'm in between jobs and feel like I have no end route with them, and I've always been intrigued by watching first responders go to their calls.
So when I started, we had no internet, we had no cell phones. Even the crash reports were done by hand. There was no digital evidence then. I think it was the biggest change. Like, the biggest thing we had back then was a VCR tape of maybe somebody shoplifting. And it was always a very poor quality, so you couldn't see anything anyway. And now everything is digital. Your harassment cases were in person. There were stalking cases. Now they're all done online. I remember, back in the early 2000s doing drug work, and if you got a brick of heroin, which was 50 bags then, you'd be in the newspaper for a week. That was a big hit. From when I started, there's an uptick in mental illness. I think there was an aftermath effect from people that used drugs for a long time.
What was the public perception of police when you started?
I don't know that it was 100%, but it probably was pretty close to 100%. That perception has changed.
Why is that, do you think?
Overall, nationwide, there's just that cloud over police now that has been painted by the media, mostly national media. I think there's some communication maybe issues between some police and the public. I think nationwide, I don't think so much locally. I think pretty much locally, the police have a very strong support, or the community support the police in a big way, I think. And definitely in our department, our community, I think.
Why do you think that is?
What?
Why there's a strong support system locally?
My guys all work here, but they also live here and they're from the area. I just think it goes a long way when you treat the public with respect. I think there's probably, I'm not saying all of us, but there's definitely better ways that the police can communicate with somebody that does feel some type of racism, or that there is something that exists there.
To me, I look at it, everyone is the same. I don't think a color of somebody changes anything, especially the outcome of a situation. I treat everyone as if they're the same, because to me they are all the same.